Hi everyone. So in this lecture, I will teach you about JavaScript and Booleans. So here we have a definition about Booleans. What is a Boolean? A Boolean in JavaScript is a primitive data type that can store only two possible values, that is true and false. Okay. Here, Boolean that is store only two values, true and false. These values are mainly used to control the program conditions, then run condition and perform the comparisons. After that, here we have the key Boolean characteristics. Here it is like true and false are Boolean data type. These are the only two Boolean values must be written in the lowercase. Okay. Here we see this Boolean value always you have to write in the lowercase, always in the lowercase, like true, and this is like false. Not you can write here like capital letters. Okay, you have to always write the lowercase. Must be here must be written without quotes. Here you cannot put inside a quote like inside a string. You cannot put. Okay. So this is simple. Then here we have the definition about here. Let is logged it is equal to true. You see, you have to always write in the lowercase, okay, and without the quote. I mean, you have don't put inside a string. Then let has subscriptions. Okay, and then here you have to make it false. So here it is the Boolean user is logged in. Here if it is true, you see it is true, it's value. So this identifier has the value true. So that means user is logged in. And here has subscription is false. So it means what? User does not have the subscriptions. Okay, if it is false. Then here where Boolean are used. So here we have to use inside comparison operators. They always return true and false values. Here suppose here let score. Just it is an example for you. Score it is equal to 50. Okay. Okay, here we have already that one. So you have to let me remove this. Okay, so here I am talking about this. It is always return true and false values your comparison operator. Suppose if you write here like you know here you have to write console low, and then inside it here write a score greater than to the 30. So here 30. Then here similarly we will again for less than, and then is equal here equal to type values. Then next it is for this is not equal to inside here not it is equal to, then here we have it is equal to, then this is less than, here you have to write like 20, then after that here we have the 50, then we have like 50. So tell me here what you will get in the result. That use here where Boolean are used in the comparison operator, greater than, less than, is equal to type, then not is equal, always written true and false value. So that's why we put inside a console.log so that you will get your result. So let me try to execute here. This is your code. Here inside it, here we will let me here what here no need of this code. Okay. Just let me again open new terminal. So inside it here node. This is here you have to execute in this file. Node mind script underscore 19. Then you will see the result. And here see it is true, false. That I have already told you about these things. What? This is here where booleans are used. Booleans are used in the comparison operator. That always return true and false value. So you see, this score is greater than 30. Here it is 15. So it is true. Here is score is less than 20. It is false. So it is score 50. It is equal to 50. So that it is true. Then here is score 50. It is not as equal to 50. So that is false. Okay, because it is equal. Got it? So this is simple example for you. Then next about booleans in the condition if else statement. So here suppose here let's create the here variable age is equal to 15. And then here we will age is less than 18. Okay, and then inside it here let me console.log, and it is a u or a minor u or u or minor. Then this is used here inside it here console.log u or in. Okay, it is the thing here you have to put inside double quote. So double quote you are an adult. This is the thing here. So you say this is this 15. This 15 it is less than it is 18. So yes, it is true. 15 it is less than 18, it is true. So that's why it is true. So if it is true, then here you have to execute your if block codes. Otherwise, if it is false, then you have to execute this else block code. Okay. So yes, it is true. So that's why you see the result. You are a minor. So let me execute it once again. Just and you see here your result. You are a minor. Got it? So here you can use your boolean value inside if else condition. Boolean decide which block of code should run. Then next about here let me comment here about the booleans. So inside boolean you can use also here loop continues as long as the condition is true. Let here we will get the variable I it is equal to 1. And then here while loop inside it here I it is less than it is equal to 5. Then inside it here console.log you have to print I. In the print what you have to get here it is I first time it is 1, then we will increment I value like 2 3 4 5, then at the 5 it is 2. But whenever you this value I when I will become 6, then this is false. 6 it is less than or equal to 5. No, that is wrong. So here you have to just plus plus I plus plus. Okay, so let me execute that, then you will get the result. Loops continue as long as the condition is true. So just I want to here execute your files and you will see the result 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then here when it becomes 6 this value I, then here if it is 6 then we will go outside your while conditions. No need to execute because that's that time this condition will be false. Okay, got it? Here when I become 6 condition false, loop stops. Then next it is about here boolean function. A boolean function convert values into true or false. So here we have the example. That is here if you write like boolean, then inside it here if you write 20 greater than 10, then let me execute here what happens. Okay, it is nothing. I know that here for this boolean function convert value into true and false, you have to put inside console.log so that you will get the result in the terminal. So for you I am going to put this as here, then you will see your result. So tell me what you will get in the result. It is true. This boolean function returned true because 20 is greater than 10, and you see here your result it is true. Got it? Similarly for the string and 0 and but strings, let me check it here for 0, copy it, paste it here. Suppose this is here for the string I want to check it here. And this is here. This is hello. Okay, there's something wrong because hello. This is then here inside the string hello. So tell me what you will get in the result. It is true. It is true because you see the definition boolean function convert a value into true or false. Whatever you have to put in the value, it will always return true and false. True and false. Whatever you put like empty string or undefined. Okay, so it will just return true and false value using the boolean functions. The next about truth values here. Any value that exists is as well as true. So here we have some example for you. That is here, like if you write hundreds, so it is always true. You have to put any number, it is always get the true values. And then if you put strings inside boolean like in JavaScript, then also you will get the result always true. And then if it is -1, you always get true. If you put like any decimal values like this says here, then you have to always get value true. If you put here true, then you have to always get true values. Got it? So that's simple thing about your truth values, that always you will get the true values. Then about the false values. Here false values here value considered empty or invalid. It is always false. Like 0, it is always false. Then empty string always false. Null, it is always false. Then undefined always false. Then not a number, okay, it is also false. And then false, it is always false. Got it? This is here all these value are false values. Then let me comment the next is here. Here we have next about avoid boolean objects. Okay, so this is suppose here we will define primitive boolean value. Suppose let it is equal to false. Okay, and if you create like this is boolean object here, let b is equal to no using boolean objects. So here you can create your boolean value, okay, using the object, but it is like dangerous, okay, because object booleans are always true thing, even if they contain the false, it is always return the true value. So that is here you have don't use this boolean values, okay, object boolean value like this is new boolean false, okay, got it? Okay, so here we have the example also. So for you, let's take here it is equal to false. Then here let b is equal to new boolean value. Then inside here we have false. So tell me what you will get in the result here. This is here to comment. Okay, like you say a and b, it is false and this is also false, but you will see the result. What you will get here, you will get here, if you compare the values, then you will get true. But if you compare the boolean and its data type, okay, then you will get false. Here console, it is equal to b, then it is true. And same thing for console.log, it is equal to b. Okay, you know, this is about here console.log. Here I'm checking about just compare the values like this is a values and b values, but here also we have to check it the values and its data type. This is a boolean value, but it is an object, you know. Here first compare type boolean versus object. This is a boolean value and this is object, so that's cause it is the issue. So here we will always recommend to use your boolean value, this type of, not you have to use like boolean objects. Okay, so now let's move to the next. Here it is summary like that. Boolean always return true or false value. You can use some boolean in the comparison conditions loops. Many values here, many values are truth like non-empty. Then empty value are always false like 0. Then here we have empty values are false is 0, null or undefined. Then avoid using the boolean object new values. Use here that you don't have used these things, okay, because it sometimes cause the issue. Okay.